Welcome to the show. Before the show.
Welcome to the show before the show. I like that.
How's everybody doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, it's been an okay week.
I'm also doing pretty good. Had a pretty good weekend.
Did you go outside at all?
That's a good question.
I just remember you talking about how you don't like to go outside, and so
I had a
did you go outside?
I might not have gone. I don't think I went outside all Friday or Saturday. I had programming stuff to do.
You need a dog. You need a dog. Take outside.
No, it's okay. I'm good.
Or you can get a cat with a leash.
That would actually be super cool.
I feel that is definitely more of Matt's style right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Have you guys ever tried to walk a cat?
Yes, it didn't work out very well. They don't listen.
No, they don't care. Like, cats hear you calling them. They're like, you're like, hey, and you use your cat's name. They're like, I mean, I see you, but that's all the way over there, and I'm comfortable here.
So, I just wanted to point out.
Ooh, yeah. Look at that. Is that in progress moving? Is that what's going on here? Everything is coming down?
Everything is coming down. So everything's pretty much off the wall except for one shelf above my closet that I need to clean up. But yeah.
Now, I have a question about that couch color and the light color that you just had, which was red and black. Was that like intentionally Sith, or was that just convenient?
I'm going to vote intentional.
So hold on here. Let me get back to it. There we go. So that's magenta for T-Mobile.
T-Mobile, okay.
Because I'm a big fan of T-Mobile, and so that's just kind of the color that I've chosen. Those are two Hue play lights that are below my couch there, and that kind of shine up. So they're actually relatively cheap. I think they're only $60 a piece. For them, you can buy two of them. You can buy a 2-pack, which is what I did.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we have them in the living room too. So, and then they're all controlled by an app. I actually have a Hue switcher here that I can switch between scenes.
Oh, I was wondering how you were doing that. That's clever.
Yeah.
And these are pretty good lumens for the kind of like mood lighting background light that they're offering. 530.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so they turn out pretty good. I've got to adjust it a little bit because I've been moving everything around so you can kind of see the fire. The vent for the heater right there.
Oh,
just because I've been moving everything around. So, and then there's so I'll have to work on the color when I move. But I thought that looked better than the wall that's got all the holes and needs to be cleaned up and patched and everything. So officially moved 1 month from today.
Awesome.
So
after that bamboozling,
I told you
finally
guys,
got settled.
Oh my God! I told you guys about that. So in the Slack, we had found a place over like right where you live, Matt, just down the street. That place, and we called them. We asked them a lot of questions. We get the 8 months free rent or the 8 week free rent. The move-in cost, all that type of stuff. And then we were like, okay, let's do it. So we did it. We filled out the application, did it all online, paid all the deposits, everything, put down all the money. And then they call us back and go, oh, sorry, you don't get the 8 weeks free rent.
Oh, so they acknowledge that it's a thing.
Yeah, like they said that. It's on the website. It's on the website, and they go, "Well, we don't do that for this apartment because we don't have enough apartments available for that." And I'm like, "Well, that's crap. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you tell me that? Like, that's your fault, not my fault."
Yeah.
I mean, we committed to doing that. And they go, well, let me talk to my manager. And so she went and talked to her manager, and she says, well, we can give you a month free rent. And I go, well, that's not what you promised us. You promised us 2 weeks or 2 months free rent. There's tons of apartments around you guys right now that are offering 8 weeks free rent. And so we said no. And they go, okay, well, we'll mail your deposit back in 4 or 16 days. Because they couldn't just put it back into our account. And so we got really mad and everything, but then we can't be any more mad than we already are. So they didn't get our business, and we're not going to go to their management company anymore. And then so it was like the next day or the day after, I think we were kind of looking around, and we found this other place, and it's called Belkirk. It's in Belkirk. Does anybody know what Belkirk stands for? Belkirk, Washington. Kirkland? What's that? Say that again, Roy.
Bellevue, Kirkland.
Yep. So it's right on the border of Bellevue and Kirkland, and I can literally throw a rock into Bellevue.
There's no like Everett Mukilteo like combination. There's like Bell Red for Bellevue and Redmond. Like lots of the places around here seem to just smash their names together.
Well, I don't even know. I don't even know if that's a thing. I don't even know if Belkirk is a thing. I just came up with it because we're like right there. Like I'm like we're more Bellevue than we are Kirkland. Like
I want to live in bread.
Wait, what?
You said bread?
Bellevue and Redmond.
I thought you said
you could say bread. Redmond.
Like...
Redmond, I love it.
Bread capital of the world.
So we rented this place. We didn't even look at it again, but we confirmed with them like multiple times over the phone that they had 8 weeks free rent, and it was included in the move-in.
Did you use an app to record this conversation?
I didn't. We probably should have, but we got our welcome letter. We got approved for it on Friday. We went over and looked at it on Saturday. Not the exact apartment that we're moving into, but we went over and looked at the apartments because there's somebody still living in it right now. But we went over and looked at a model of an empty apartment of a little bit bigger 2-bedroom. And just looked at the area. It's right next to a park and ride, and so it's really nice. We're on the second floor, which would have been on the first floor on the other apartment, which we would have preferred. But I think overall, like we're really gonna like it. It's a nice space. It's very affordable rent. We got 8 weeks free rent.
I'm curious what your view is out like your back patio.
We don't have a patio. We have a window.
Oh, really? Okay.
We don't even have a patio, no. So, and it's actually looking at the park and ride. So, but we look at a parking lot now on both sides of our apartment. If you go out our back patio, we look at a parking lot. Outside my office is a patio or parking lot. Like, it's nothing different than what we look at now. But it's a really nice place. It's got a nice game room type party room that we could do some of our podcasts and recordings in, which will be kind of cool when we get back to normal and they open it up. It's also got a rooftop.
Ooh, that's cool.
And it looks over 520, so because it's right on the other side of 520. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, so it'll be nice. Really excited to move, but process of packing and everything is kind of getting me overwhelmed a little bit. So,
are you doing cardboard boxes or like totes or like a mix?
Cardboard boxes, yeah. Well, we have a mix. We have some totes and stuff like that, but we went out and actually spent $70 worth of boxes, which I didn't really want to do because we're trying to be more eco-friendly and stuff. But we had to pack our stuff, and totes would have been just too much. And then, like, what do we do with the totes afterwards? Like, so it's it's a nice place. I'm excited to show it to you guys once I get my office all set up and everything and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to move into a different space, rearrange the feel of it maybe a little bit. I'm curious to see what it looks like.
Yeah, so it's very similar to the office that I have now, the space wise and stuff like that. So I don't think it's going to change much. There is a few things that I'm going to change, but for the most part, I think it'll be the same pretty much. Background wise, the window won't be here though. So, but I do have a window view in there. So.
When we moved in here, we also have like a cabana. So I live in an apartment complex it's a complex, so it's distributed through trees and different buildings and stuff. And like right when we moved in, I'm like, oh, sweet. We have a cabana. We have this place that we can rent out and have parties in or have game nights or whatever. And like basically COVID happened almost immediately after that. So they locked it down. They locked the pool. I saw people like in there once and like in the pool for like a day, and then like fall hit, they closed the pool down, and a little bit after COVID hit, and it was like, no, have not been able to use it since. So you in your new place might be able to use your like rec room before I'll get to use this cabana we got.
At our apartment here, we moved in I think in beginning of October, and so when we did a tour, they have a pool and a hot tub. The pool's outdoor, and we were like, oh, super excited for the pool because we're going to swim in it during spring and summer. And then and it was all closed for fall and everything, and then spring happened and the pool was closed. And then I remember we were like, at the beginning of the pandemic, we weren't really sure how long it was going to last. So we were thinking, oh, maybe the pool will open up later this summer once this is all over. And then we were getting excited. And then the pool was still closed. They started cleaning it. And I remember a couple days, it looked like it was Mountain Dew because it was green. The chemicals they put into it made it super green. So I made some Snapchats about, the Mountain Dew, the pool's full of Mountain Dew today. And like, unfortunately, then they cleaned it and it was perfect. It looked fantastic for like 2 days, and then they covered it, and then it was, but no one ever swam in it.
Rip swimming.
So we kind of to piggyback on this conversation, we had a membership to the YMCA here in Snohomish County, and we ended up canceling it when the pandemic really kind of hit full force because we're paying for something that we just can't use. But they had just finished building the brand new Everett YMCA. And let me tell you about this Everett YMCA. It's got a lazy river. Okay, you guys know what a lazy river is, right? Yeah, it's got a lazy river in it. And I'm like, man, all I want to do is take the kids to the pool and just hang out in the lazy river. But no, COVID had to happen.
Oh, man. Like, as soon as you started talking about, because I remember the YMCA in Mukilteo. It's around where I used to live. I really like that place. Huh? Sorry,
the one in Mukilteo is a really nice facility.
Yeah, it's nice, and I remember when they built it. I was around there when it was new, and you, like, right when you mentioned that this Everett YMCA is, like, brand new, I was like, how could it get any better than what we had? Because it was so good. And then you were like, lazy river, and I'm like, I am upset that I live where I do right now.
Well, so the YMCA in Everett that was like a 5-story building that was super. It was super small and compact, so they built it upwards. Like it had a track on the very top floor, and on the bottom floor they had 2 pools. One was like a lesson pool, and one was like a regular pool, and they had weight rooms and aerobics. The second floor was like this weird pseudo split level with offices and like the child care area, and like the third floor was like basketball courts and the chapel, stuff like that. And there's no elevator. Like you got to walk up all those flights of stairs if you want to get to that track. I'm just like, what's the point of walking up all the stairs to go walk around on the track? Because I just got the workout walking up the stairs.
Got all your exercise, yeah.
But there were no windows in the thing except for maybe on like the second floor. So like in the weight room, the aerobics room, the pools, there's no windows, and it just felt old and decrepit. It's a super, super old building. I mean, it's been around since like the 30s or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And it's just been renovated, and added to over the years. So the Everett YMCA needed a new building. Like I visited most of the other YMCAs in the area since we had our membership. The one in Marysville, there's one in Mill Creek that's really nice. They got a huge water slide in it. The one in Mukilteo is really nice. And the one in Everett was just like, this is the one I don't want to go to. Except for now. Now we got a lazy river, but no, COVID. And I think they've opened it up a little bit since then. I'm not sure about the pool or anything like that. I know they're doing like limited swim lessons at the Y, as well as other classes. I'm not sure if the pool's been completely open, but when this is all over, I'm going to restart my membership and I will go on that lazy river.
Did you guys? So 24-hour fitness. I used to have a membership to 24-hour fitness, and at the beginning of the pandemic, the gyms completely closed down, and 24-hour fitness, to cancel your membership, you had to go inside to a gym to do it, and everyone was like, but you can't because the gyms are all closed, so you can't cancel it. And they were still, so you could call 24-hour fitness and explain that to them. They were like, we don't care, you still have to come and go into a gym to do it. And they we're not canceling people's gym memberships, and were auto renewing them without their permission. And I think
that's illegal, though.
Yes, it is.
The Attorney General of Washington actually tweeted out services like gym memberships had to suspend your membership or cancel it, or allow you to cancel it in order to some type of rights for Washington residents.
This was back. This was I want to say this was March when this happened, and they were getting into a lot of trouble. And then I remember I saw a news article tweeted out saying that you can now cancel your gym membership online at this special URL. And so I immediately hopped on and I canceled my membership immediately, because it's like, that's not going to happen.
Why does it need to be that hard to begin with?
It was stupid.
It was 2020, okay?
Well, no, because like we talked about subscriptions literally last week, and this is one of the things that we didn't mention. It's like, yes, everything goes to subscriptions, but have you guys subscribed to like Blue Apron or something like that? The services that make it like
canceling your Sirius XM membership.
Oh yeah, no,
holy cow! No, this dude, I told him, you have to chat. There's no option on the website. You have to chat or you have to call. And I chatted with him, and literally to cancel my membership took 45 minutes to tell him, cancel my membership. Cancel my membership. That's great. I'll get it right. I'll get right on that. But let me offer you this deal. And then it was like, cancel my membership. Nope. What about this deal? Would this interest you at all? No, cancel my membership. Literally, that's the way it went for 45 minutes until the dude finally canceled my membership.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
I have a breakdown just trying to explain that you don't want the service anymore.
I wanted to update you guys. I called Xfinity this last week. And to get better internet, and I of course pulled up Ziply Fiber's website and got all the information on to kind of use to negotiate against them. And I called them and I'm like, hello, I'd like to cancel my membership or my service. And he's like, okay, what's your address? I gave him the address. He's like, all right, you want your service canceled by the end of the month? I'm like, sure. And then he was actually going to do it, and he was going to cancel it. And I'm like, and then I said, unless you guys have any possible deals or anything like that. And then he was like, I just heard him go, he did not want to do it. And then you're probably like the last one before the end of his shift, and he's I'm not even gonna try to retain this customer. I just want
the 8th one in a row that was bothering him with the same thing.
I know. Yeah. I was like, I have to open an account with Ziply Fiber. I don't want to do that. No.
So downfall to the
velocity bugs me.
What?
You have such a passion against Ziply Fiber that is so unfounded in all reality. It just baffles me. I am dumbfounded over your absolute hatred, your arbitrary hatred towards this company for no real reason.
Every reason.
It's like they professionally offended your soul.
They did. They didn't know what IPv6 was, and they were an ISP.
You probably talked to the one person that didn't know it. Call them up now. Pretend you're a customer and ask them if they know what it is.
You have to understand, they were a different company back then too. Like, they were owned by Verizon. Okay, that should tell you something. Like, now here's the other thing. So, one of the things, the downfall to moving to the place where we're moving to is after the one question I didn't ask is what the internet provider was there and what broadband options there are, and apparently there's only Comcast, is what they say. However, I did some research and went on to T-Mobile's website. T-Mobile has a cellular connection, a cellular modem. I think it's made by Nokia, and it's a 5G internet connection, and it's only $50 a month.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, that's not
Now,
bad.
some people have said that they've had bad connections. I read a lot of reviews on it and stuff like that. But I did fill out the form and said I wanted more information, and please call me because that's the only way you can sign up. You can't sign up on a website or anything. But I think I'm going to try it and see kind of what speeds I get there.
Cool.
Because I know that T-Mobile is headquartered in Bellevue, Redmond, Kirkland. Like, I did speed tests. I didn't do one at the apartment when I moved over, but like I think in the past, I think we got over 300 in Bellevue, right, Roy? On our 5G?
Yeah, it was like 300. So, I mean, that's what I was going to suggest. You should take a trip back across the water over to your new apartment's parking lot and just do a speed test, just to see.
Well, and that's what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do, but then I just don't really want to drive all the way back over for that. So I think it's only $50. I think I'm just going to sign up for it for a month and try.
Do they have like a time you can? Because I'm sure they're going to want you to be in a contract, right? For at least like a year.
No contract. No contract. Nope.
Oh,
no
okay.
contract. No
Sweet.
nothing. No data caps. No data caps.
You know who also doesn't have data caps? Ziply Fiber.
And what's this called,
Are you
Matt?
able to negotiate that with your thing?
T-Mobile home internet.
Don't want to talk about it.
I'll look this up.
How's your coffee subscription been, Roy?
I have gotten since last. Because we haven't even talked about that. Since last Monday night.
Hold on. Stop. Disclaimer. This segment and this port is not sponsored by Panera Bread.
Yeah.
I just have to put out the disclaimer. Okay? Now, Panera Bread, if you are interested in sponsoring our podcast or featuring us in the podcast where we did it at your store or something, feel free to reach out to us. Link and contact information is in the description. Go ahead.
I will
This
drink your
could be a
coffee
Panera
while
Bread
I'm
cup.
talking. Exactly. So I signed up Monday night after while we were talking about it, and I have gotten at least one thing of coffee every single day since last Tuesday. There are some days where I've gotten two, and I learned that you can get a large size instead of just a regular size, which is even nicer because it's a lot of coffee compared to the regular size. Like it's more than double the size, I feel, which normally costs like $2.89 in store. So when they sent me an email on, what was it, Friday, I want to say, when I'd only had 4 coffees at that point, because they didn't register my 5th coffee yet, they're like, you've basically saved $9 and some odd cents. And I'm like, it's been 4 days, and I've already saved more than what the subscription would have cost me for the entire month. I even got a coworker to sign up for it, and the Panera, he walks to work, and he lives between work and the Panera, so he's not going to the Panera before he comes to work because it's not in his way. He's like, "Hey, can you just pick me up my coffee on your way to work?" And I'm like, "Done."
What?
So I just walk in there, I grab his coffee, I grab my coffee, and I walk back out, and big, huge things of coffee. They're like this big. It's like a big gulp cup worth of coffee.
This just seems like a real life hack. Like you're just walking into a place and go, "Oh, there's 2 free coffees here. I'll just get one for me and one for my coworker, and I'll just leave."
It's on their rapid pickup shelf. So usually when I walk
So you
in,
don't
they're
talk
like,
to anyone.
no,
Is
no.
that what
There's
happens?
usually somebody because at least at the one in Edmonds, the rapid pickup is right by like the bakery section of Panera where they got like the bagels and everything. So there's usually somebody there and they're like, "Oh, good morning," and I'll be like, "Oh, good morning. How are you?" And they usually say something cheesy like, "Another beautiful day in the Panera paradise." Somebody actually said that.
And Panera, we could be saying that.
And then they'll be like, "Oh, do you have an order to pick up?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for Roy Shavinsky and blah blah blah, my friend's name." And they're like, "Oh, bam, right there." And I just pick up his order, pick up my order, and go on my merry way and figure out how I'm going to carry his bag of bagels and then 2 large things of coffee while I'm walking into work. And I got to like do the door card key and whatnot. Usually I leave the bag of bagels and come back out for that later, but that's neither here nor there. Long story short, the subscription's going great. Would I keep it after the subscription ends, because my subscription ends like end of April or something like that. I can't remember. Whatever 3 months is. Start of March. So March, April, end of May. It ends at the end of May. Would I keep it past that? If I could continue to go every single day or darn near every single day, because someday if I'm running late, I won't stop by. Then I'd continue to keep it as long as it is monetarily worth it. And I'm not saying like as long as I'm only spending at least $8.99 a month in coffee, because $2.89 is too much to spend on iced coffee, in my opinion. But if I go once a day, that coffee becomes 49 cents a cup. If I just went once a day, 5 days a week for 4 weeks a month, it becomes 49 cents for a cup at that point. And at that point, it's completely monetarily worth it. You can't go anywhere and get that much coffee for 49 cents other than making it at home. And I don't have time for that. And I'm the only one in my house that would drink the coffee, so I'm not going to make.
So my wife actually makes coffee at home. She drinks iced coffee and she goes to the Starbucks generally, or she used to. And it's like $3.95 or something like that. Just under $4. But anyway, she got this cold brew coffee maker, and it takes 24 hours to make, but it basically makes 2 cups of her coffee, and she makes it, puts it in the fridge. 24 hours later, she's got coffee, and now we have an ice maker that goes along very well with it. So,
and a potential new business name for that ice maker.
Yeah, did you see that?
I did.
I did. Ice by Air.
Yeah.
Ice by Air. Yes. Yes.
The
other thing I was thinking too, Ice by Drone service or Ice by Drone, but I do kind of like the Air better, I think. So
I've had a cold brew coffee maker in the past, and
don't laugh, Tim. You might be sitting out at 2:00 in the morning waiting for your drone to drop off your ice.
I'm not doing it.
I gotta catch it.
I'm not doing it. I got my own ice at home.
Oh, Matt also says it's 70 cents.
For the Nespresso.
Oh, for the cups, not included with the coffee syrup or chocolate syrup.
Oh.
70 cents for the cup, still not a bad price. I mean, considering what you're getting with an espresso system, which are really nice coffee systems, still not a bad price to pay. My issue with it is, like with the cold brew thing, I've made cold brew in the past. I've had a cold brew maker. When I want coffee, I want it now. Okay, and the thing with the cold brew is it has to brew cold, basically overnight or 24 hours in order to get the oils out of the coffee grounds, and you can only make so much at a time, and by the time I want more, I'm out, and then I'm just getting lazy by needing to make it in advance. I literally just get on my phone and tell Panera I want some coffee, and they're like, cool, when are you going to be here?
My wife said if there is a Panera closer to us, she would do the service, and she would go get coffee every morning. So yeah. So anyway, so we'll
nearby where you guys are moving.
I don't know. We didn't really explore too much. I don't think there is. I think the closest one is Bellevue Factoria,
I'm gonna find this out.
which would be too far for us. So I will tell you, we're right down the street from Google's Google Kirkland their home office.
Oh,
there.
You're
really?
gonna get faster Google
Right down the street.
results.
Oh, that place is so. I just love that area.
So there
I
is
haven't
one
even
on
been to it
Bellevue Way. There's one in Factoria and one on Bellevue Way as well.
Where is it out on Bellevue Way? What's it near?
I'm pulling it up right now.
Because literally, we could be on Bellevue Way in a few.
Bellevue Way and
It takes
12th
us
Street.
30 seconds.
So not too far from Ashwood Park, if you know where that's at. Oh, it's over by the Bellevue Square Mall. I see Bellevue Downtown Park. It's just like a block north of the Bellevue Square Mall.
Yeah, I mean that would take us probably 10 minutes to get there, but that I mean she might.
Oh no, during rush hour, I don't know if I'd want to try to drive through that area of Bellevue during rush hour.
Yeah, I don't know, but we'll see.